I Am said unto my owner, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The I Am shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth. The I Am hath sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. The I Am at thy right hand shall strike through the kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the palaces with the dead bodies. And he shall wound the heads of many countries. And he shall drink the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head. Psalms chapter 110. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have swayed the thoughts of men's hearts. And let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me in my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, you're walking with Mr. Clay. I'm Mr. Clay. And we thank God for you, and you. You know, this is one of the scriptures that really they use to justify the New Testament. That he's really talking about King David. He's thinking about David. This is what he's talking about, because Melchizedek, as you would put him, according to the book of Jubilees and the book of Jasher, he also is Shem, their father. He lived for a very long, Shem lived for a very long time. And he is, David was deemed a priest king in a way, after the order of Melchizedek. And this is what he was talking about. Many people, they get it all backwards and everything. So check it out. Read the books of Enoch, Jubilees, and Jasher. And you will see for yourself that many things they've taken from here and tried to make a man be more than what he is, a priest. Really, if you talk about even Levi was in the loins of Melchizedek before they even came to pass. Yes, he was. So therefore, you have to think about it. Yes, he was in the loins of his father Levi. He was in his father Abram. All the way down the line. See, this is where the Levites were. And Melchizedek was a priest. And the priesthood was given to Levi. And he made a priest as far as Melchizedek, and now David, the priest king. So therefore, let us do those things that and make sense of this thing that we shall have, because God stands alone. There is no other. God is a power. God, some people call him an energy. God is, he's not feminine nor masculine. God is a spirit. Yes. And he possesses all things. He knows all things. He's into all things. And he also is the one that given life unto the creatures of the earth, even mankind. We're in the book of First Chronicles and chapter 9. Yes, First Chronicles and chapter 9. Or should I say 9 or 8, one of them. Sometimes I get a little lost here. I was just contemplating that. I said, what Chronicles am I in? Yes, we're in Chronicles chapter 9. I'm so sorry. But anyway. Now, in chapter 9 it says, so all Israel was reckoned by genealogies. See, this is how they kept the genealogies. As we said before, reckoned by genealogies. And behold, they were written in the book of the king of Israel and Judah, who were carried away to Babylon for their transgression. So why were they carried away? Because of their transgression. Now, why was Judah put out of the land of Israel? Because of their transgression. And even Judah, parts of Judah, was carried away later on. Now, it says all Israel Behold, they were written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah, who were carried away to Babylon, really in the land of the Medes, where they placed. But this was by the king of Assyria. Now, therefore, now the inhabitants that dwelt in their possessions, in their cities, were the Israelites, the priests, Levites, and Nethinims. You know who the Nethinims were. The Nethinims, I believe, was the first people they were a group of kings that have disguised themselves in order that they might not be destroyed. They were Canaanites. And the fact is that Joshua made them bearers of water. Now, and in Jerusalem dwelt the children of Judah, and of the children of Benjamin, and of the children of Ephraim and Manasseh. Now there were, you said the lost 10 tribes. But in Jerusalem there dwelt the children of Judah, this is in the land of Judah, and of the children of Benjamin, and the children of Ephraim, and the children of Manasseh. Now these are left. Uthai, the son of Amihud, the son of Omri, the son of Imri, and the son of Bani, and the son of Pharez, and the son of Judah. This is where he's going to. Judah had sons. He started from the beginning. And of the Shilonites, Asaiah, the firstborn, and his sons, and of the sons of Zerah, Jerul, and their brethren 690. That's a lot of people. And of the sons of Benjamin, Silu and Meshulam, and the sons of Hodaviah, the sons of Hasenua and Abiniah, and the sons of Jehoram, and Eli, and the sons of Uzi, and the son of Mitri, the sons of Meshulam, the sons of Sephathiah, the sons of Ruel, and the sons of Abednijah. And these are also written in the book of Jubilees and the book of Jasher. And their brethren according to their generations 956. And all these men were chief of the father in the house of their fathers, and of the priest Jedediah and Jehoiarib and Jachin. Or there was not, you probably would say Edadiah, Ehorarib, and Achan, because the J was not in the English language at that time. And Azariah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Meshulam, the sons of Zadok, and the sons of Meraroth, and the sons of Ahitub, and the sons of the house of the ruler of the house of God. Yes, this is during the temple of Solomon. And Adaiah, the sons of Jeram, and the sons of Pashur, and the sons of Malchijah, and Messiah, and the sons of Adiel, and the sons of Jazerah, the sons of Meshulam, and the sons of Meshulamith, the sons of Immer, and their brethren, heads of the house of their fathers, 1,703 score. A score is 20. Very able men for work in the service of the house of God. So God left a lot of people in Judah, including the Levites. They were still carrying on the things in the temple. Yes, this is what's happening. And the Levites, and of the Levites, Shemaiah, the sons of Hashab, the sons of Azkaram, the sons of Habiah, and the sons of Merari, and Bakbar, Herish, and Galal, and Mattaniah, and the sons of Micaiah, the son of Zikri, and the son of Asaph. You remember the Psalms of Asaph in the Psalms, yes. He was a musician. He was one that would orchestrate songs and make songs. Yes, read the book of Psalms. And Obadiah, the sons of Shemaiah, and the sons of Giliah, and the son of Jeduthun, and Berechiah, and the sons of Asa, and the sons of Kenaiah, and dwelt in the villages of the Netophathites. And the porters were porters. Porters means opening doors, okay? Doors. Okay, protectors of the doors. Shalom, Akbab, and Talmon, and Ahaman, and their brethren. And Shalom was chief. In other words, he's in charge of the porters. And therefore, hereto waited the king's gate eastward, and they were porters in the companies of the children of Levi. They kept the doors of the temple. You heard the psalm that said, I would rather be a doorkeeper, than dwell in the tents of wickedness. So the fact is, a doorkeeper in the house of God than dwell in the tents of wickedness. What he's talking about, there was a great honor. You had to be of the Levites. You had to be of a people that would keep the commandments, statutes, and orders, and commandments of the Most High, the laws and commandments of the Most High, in order to be a doorkeeper, just a doorkeeper. That was a great honor. Yes. And Phinehas, in verse 20, the son of Eleazar, was the ruler of them in the time past, and the I Am was with him. And Zechariah, the son of Shelemiah, was porter of the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. All these which were chosen to be porters in the gates were 212. These were reckoned by their genealogies and their villages, whom David and Samuel the seer, this was during that time. This was just during the portable temple, really, did ordain in their set office, because the permanent temple was not built until after Solomon reigned. So they and their children had oversight of the gates of the house of the I Am, namely the house of the tabernacle, by wards. In 4 quarters were the porters toward the east, west, north, and south, and their brethren which were in their villages were to come after 7 days from the time to time with them. For these Levites, the 4 chief porters, were set in their office, and were over the chambers and treasuries of the house of the Most High, even Yahuwah. Yes. And they lodged around about the house of the I Am, because the charge was upon them, and the opening thereof every morning pertained to them. So therefore you had the portable temple, and out of the portable temple was the Levites and their armies. And then after that, you had, in different sections, you had, the other 11 tribes in that area. So you had to go through the Levites in order to get to the mercy seat. You had to go through the Levites to get to God, or to get to the sacrifice. To even sacrifice, you had to go through the Levites. And the same thing today, you have to go through. See, Jesus is not a Levite. If he's the son of Joseph, he is not a Levite. He's not even a priest after the order of Melchizedek, because he's not a Levite. Period. He is, if you're going to go by seed line, which the Bible does go by, he was just of the seed of David, according to that narrative. So the whole doctrine is false. False, the Old Testament, the New Testament, with a lot of Old Testament, just mixing it. It's cunning, very cunning. That book is very cunning. And if you do not know the Old Testament, you will not understand what I'm saying. You will always go against it. Or if you're just one who just been so indoctrinized, you cannot never see it until you actually ask God to open your eyes and you begin to read the Old Testament. And after you've read the New, you're going to figure out, you're going to say, oh, something's wrong here. Even sinners figure that out, because they say the Bible contradicts itself, which is true. So, hey, let's call a buck, period. He says now in verse 28, and certain of them have charge of the ministering vessels, and that they should bring them in and out by tale. And some of them also were appointed to oversee the vessels, all the instruments of the sanctuary, and the fine flour, and the wine, and the oil, and frankincense, and the spices. And some of the sons of the priests made ointments of the spices. Now you're talking about the king. King God Almighty, King Yahweh, King Yahuwah, King Ya'Allah, King. This is what you're talking about, a king. This is his palace. This is where the priest would come. He had his guards. He had his cabinet members. This is what is also in his realm. So he brought his realm to earth and mimicked it and copied it and put it among men. The angels were holy, and there were those angels. These Levites was like the seraphim, the cherubims, the one who behold God's face day and night, calling, holy, holy, holy. He's about to bring his temple there. But we get tired, our flesh. We cannot do that all day long, not like those spirits can. And all night without changing of the guard so others might sleep. So these Levites had to change. It was 24/7, but they had to change. They had to change their watch. Different watches. The priest would come in. Yes. But God will never be unattended. His praise will ever go forth up from the children of men, even through the Levites. This was happening. So how can one man even fulfill all of that? Nothing. Nothing. And Matthiah, one of the Levites who was firstborn of Shalom, the Korathite, we just read about him up above, had the set office over the things that were made in the pans. I'll go back to verse 30. Now he's talking about, matter of fact, let's go to 29. They oversaw the vessels and all the instruments of the sanctuary, fine flour and the wine and the oil and the frankincense and the spices. They used tangible things for an intangible God. A God that they never saw, but they saw the evidence of God. They saw the evidence of his presence, yes. And some of the sons of the priests made the ointment of spices. Matthiah, one of the Levites, was firstborn of Shalom and the Korathite. You heard of the Korathites in the books of Moses. And he had the set office over the things that were made in the pans. And other of their brethren, the sons of the Korathites, were over the shewbread to prepare it every Sabbath. Yes, we have to keep that Sabbath. I tell you one thing about the Sabbath. Your health will, if you keep the lunar Sabbath. I mean, some of you have to work. Some of you have to you do it on Saturdays. Why not just try and get used to doing the lunar Sabbath? Yes. See, some people are so stubborn, they will not even keep those Sabbaths. But either way, to prepare it every Sabbath, verse 33. And these are the singers, chief of the fathers of the Levites, who remaining in the chambers were free. And they were employed in the work day and night. And the chief of the fathers of the Levites were the chief throughout their generations. These dwelt at Jerusalem. And in Gibeah dwelt the father of Gibeon, Jehiel, whose wife name was Micaiah. Now he was a Levite. Now, and the firstborn was Abdon and Zurah and Kish and Baal. Now these here were pagans. You can tell by the name of this guy, and this other one. You know, you might have heard that name on the Ghostbusters. And Zur. Yeah. He came out looking like a woman. And Ner and Nadab. And Gedor and Hio and Zechariah and Miloth. And Miloth begat Shemim, and they also dwelt with their brethren at Jerusalem, over against their brethren. And Ner begat Kish, and Kish begat Saul, and Saul begat Jonathan. Remember, Jonathan was the best friend of David before he became king. Yes, him and Jonathan was like close. They were closer than brothers. No, they wasn't like that Brokeback Mountain. No. They were closer than brothers. Yes. And Mechusha and Aminadab and Ishbal. So here's another Baal worship, naming themselves after their idol god and their devil. And the sons of Jonathan were Meribaal, and Meribaal begot Micaiah. And the sons of Micaiah were Pithon and Melik and Tyriah and Ahaz. And Ahaz begot Jarah, and Jarah begot Elimeth and Asmaveth and Zimri begot Mosa, and Mosa begot Beniah and Raphiah, son of Elisha, Elasa his son, Azel his son, and Azel had 6 sons whose names are these: Azrikam, Bocheru, Ishmael, Shariah, and Obadiah, and Hanan. These are the sons of Azel. So these really were those who were left, this is talking later on, those who were left in the land of Judah. Yes, Israel was taken by the king of Assyria, really, and put in the lands of the Medes. And later on, Judah was taken, where they put them, he took them to be in his stead. They were kings. This is where you had the prophet, should I say, of the major prophets, the prophet Daniel, Hezekiah, and all the rest of them during that time. I mean, yeah. You had Zechariah, he was a prophet, and then you had the rest of the prophets during that time after they were taken from the land of Israel. But the Babylonian Empire extended from across the Euphrates even unto the brook of Egypt. Even they took over the whole land of Israel, and that land never been the same since. And even today it's not. The people who are there, they were once black and they came back white looking, and now it's the land of Palestine. The Palestinians own it. And then after that, here comes, to own part of it is the Ashkenazis, whom were placed there by the Western nations and given money and made to slaughter many people and caused them to, and then they made themselves, through manipulation and different things, they made themselves Israelites and shunned anything that that looked like the ancient Israelites. Yeah, so these things are so. There, if you look at an ancient film has surfaced somewhere that shows the people of Israel before the time of the Ashkenazis, or these so-called Jews, converted Jews. Before they came, there were black people. There were many people there, but it was mainly ruled by, should I say, they were basically Assyrians. They came from the other side of Egypt, you know, which how they turned the color they did, we don't know. But they came from the other side of Egypt, and they were mixed. There were black and these, what you would call Palestinians. They named the land Palestine, which the name was Philistia. Yes, it was. They tried to change the names and everything, and then they went from there. These are Arabs being mixed. And so they were also going all the way from the brook of Egypt all the way across, even into, they have occupied all of North Africa. And today that land will remain that way until God gets ready to remove those who are in it that are false and not, they're just tares among the wheat. They're tares, many tares. But no, he don't want to remove them right now. And with that, if we keep the commandments, statutes, and ordinances of the Most High, even his laws, we will have peace.
Walk with me.